In 2019, a Nigerian startup called Kobo 360 raised $20 million from Goldman Sachs with one big promise: to fix Africa's broken logistics and become the Uber of trucking. And for a while, it worked. They enrolled over 50,000 truck owners, processed more than $1 billion in freight. They expanded into 6 countries and worked with major giants like Dangote and flour mills of Nigeria. But by 2025, everything had collapsed. The company owed a whopping 10 billion naira, laid off most of its staff, and investors sold their stakes back to the founder for pennies on the dollar. So how did a startup backed by Goldman Sachs with nearly $80 million in funding fall apart so badly? Let's follow the money. The problem starts with Nigeria's logistics nightmare. Around 40% of trucks drive empty on return trips. Logistics costs eat up 50 to 75% of the price of goods, compared to just 6% in the United States of America. Kobo 360 wanted to cut those costs dramatically, and if they succeeded, they wouldn't just build a big company. They'd make everyday goods cheaper for Nigerians. Founded in 2018 by Obi Azar and Ife Oyedele, the company seemed perfectly positioned. Obi Azar had investment banking experience at JP Morgan and had worked at Uber Nigeria. The company, Kobo 360, raised big rounds quickly: $20 million in 2019, then $48 million more in 2021. They scaled fast, but there was a fatal flaw in the business model. Kobo 360 paid truck drivers up front. Customers, however, took 30 to 90 days to pay. This created a massive cash flow gap that the company filled with bank loans. When those credit lines tightened in 2023, the model broke. No money to pay drivers meant fewer trips, falling revenue, and lost investor confidence. By late 2024, operations had stalled and major layoffs began. Obi Azar eventually bought the company back, along with its 10 billion naira debt, and is now trying to restructure and restart. The core problem that killed Kobo 360 hasn't gone away, but the opportunity in African logistics is still massive. This story isn't just about one startup. It's a lesson in the difference between raising money and building a sustainable business in tough markets. The story isn't over. We'll see if Kobo 360 can write a successful second chapter.